Alright, welcome back to Monster Hunter World. We're going after the big guy. Really the last monster that I'm truly... Well, okay, that's a lie. Not the last monster I'm truly scared of. We do have Furious Rajang and Raging Brachydios. So, that's a lie. But he's one of the tougher ones. So, Rune and Nergigante. So... I ended up fighting him by his assignment, which I think a lot of people did, at MR99. So building up, I pretty much just unlocked it, so this is still relatively new for me. Unfortunately, he's just in a quest all by himself, so it's always kind of nice. So no need to worry about other people interrupting us while we duke it out for ultimate glory. You may have noticed I picked up a new insect glaive. That is the Xenosafi something or other. Either way, pretty good weapon, really good damage, pretty good crit chance. Pretty cool stuff, I really like it. It's a really nice weapon. Pretty difficult to get because it takes Safi Jiva parts, and kind of got in on him at the last moment because he is currently off rotation at the moment. So... if you're watching this while this video is coming out, then you don't apologize because it's gone. I said, Culver Rock is out, which is probably good for later on. Or at least some of the dragons down here. I'm not fighting on that narrow ledge, just ask him to die. So... the other thing you may have noticed is that I did end up farming the Safi Jiva armor, but I'm not using it. Why is that? Well, I think it's incredibly good if you really have a good build for it, or if it's the weapon. I'm not sure if insect weapons will. I know it's really good on like ranged weapons. I think it'd be really good on ranged weapons, but I'm not so sure about melee. And that's because it has this mechanic where when you're attacking, you're actually losing health. Once you get enough attacks in, you will gain all your health back. You gain all the health you lost back, so it can actually heal you pretty effectively. Also, again, yourself. So with like Calm Fever, that sounds like amazing, but when I played it against Jiva, I was farming for Xeno shells, which actually made the weapon on screen. It did not exactly work out that way. In fact, I ended up killing myself. High rank, so kind of embarrassing. Yeah, I ended up killing myself on basically with the weapon codes, which is not good. So I did not trust myself to be able to play it super duper well, especially against a monster with difficulties. Nergigante, we'll get to in a minute. So I decided it was probably going to be better to just go ahead. From the armor I get one that worked. They work well. So I did have to do quite a lot of like farming up after this. I think it's gonna be amazing. One of the tools like so there you go. Doing that over the next couple of days. And find motivation. So what do they change? Well, the main mechanic is his spikes. They still do grow back and they gradually apart over the course of the fight. And I think you can actually break them. I'm not sure if you can break them permanently, but some of the language on the boogie seems to suggest you could. Of course, the big thing is they changed a bunch of his attacks. He's a lot more of a brawler now. He also flies a lot more. Normal, because he has a couple different dive attacks. He has a dive, sort of slam where he releases all of his spike missiles and whatnot. He dive and charge will come back down and charge straight at you. a bunch of different ways of like flashing the spike on the wings and whatnot. Basically, that's the main difference. Is he more challenging? It's hard to say, because they did take away his dive bomb. So, if you remember the attack, where he basically goes up in the air and then basically flies forward and down towards the ground, so this gigantic trail of death obstructing the ground behind him. Like, they actually took that away from him, which makes, he doesn't have his, like, super awesome special anymore. And they sort of replace it with a bunch of other moves that are, yes, more difficult than the ones he already had, but they did take away, like, one really annoying move, like, that got everyone killed. So, it's questionable as to whether he's truly more difficult. I think on paper, he is, but because you had so much experience fighting Nergigante before this, he's not nearly as difficult as he could have been. Because, like, really, like, he's not changed so much that you couldn't really pick him up. Like, I mean, I did just fine against him. This is admittedly my second go-around of him. And I did alright, I would say. I got 5 out of, again, most of it's parts about that. So, the one thing I did not get in this run is a tail sever, which sort of like he actually died before I could get him. I was breaking all the other parts, so and it might have happened regardless. I am actually using Breaker 3 for this, so I'm saying something. So that's definitely something you want to try and get. So, tip for me to you, bring Part Breaker 3. Also, another thing, the other thing that they did change about him is he now causes bleeding, which I actually simply just built to ignore. If you did not build to ignore that, I don't know how, if that much that would affect the difficulty. I know with something like Odegaard, it really helps just to have that bleed immunity. Just makes him much easier. There's his dive charge. He doesn't dive. He does have that leap that can be really because he does have technically have range attacks. It's not always obvious that he can very rapidly close the distance with you. Jumping attack he has very. It can come out of nowhere, so be aware that he does have ways of rapidly closing the distance, especially if you're a ranged player. There's a couple different versions of the charge. You can do like a, what is it? A Kimberly can blast his spikes out at the end of one of his dives. Sorry, jumps. Just be aware of that. He's totally capable of doing that. Like, a lot of his attacks can kind of combo together like that. Lots of spikes. Oh, it's talking about break goal parts. So tail sever. And he's got 6 more. So each wing can be broken independently. So I've already seen me break one. I'm gonna break the other sometimes. Each foreleg, not his hind legs, just his foreleg can be broken independently, and his head can be broken twice. So this is the main one to be aware of. Of all of them, I'd say the head's probably the hardest to get because you have to break it twice, and also it's kind of covered in 2 giant forms that will pretty much always deflect your attack. So you can see break it once and then use explosives to break it the second time. That'd be a lot easier. The bombs to do the hard work for you. And I'd say I would recommend, what I should have done, is not focus on the head really as much as focus on the torn forward. Use either a bomb plus a... Oh yeah, there's one of these charges he did. I guess I would recommend, if I was to do this fight again, what I would do is focus on the tail more, and then instead of focusing as much as I did on the head, I would probably just try and get one good head bash off, like plus one counter, because I only ever did get one on this run. And someone has just turned on the fan while I was recording, so that means I'm going to have to edit all this background noise, so I apologize if you're hearing something back there. Nothing I can do. Yeah, so focus less on the head, focus more on the tail. Should help you get all of his part breaks. You know, all his parts are hard now, so it's kind of hard for me to get the work done. Which is something to look out for, because well, he does tend to break off his spikes a lot more because of all the blasting amount he's doing. He also tends to generate them a bit faster. He heals that way. Actually, I think there is like a deliberate message that's somewhere in his lore that says he actually does generate faster. So, yeah, just again, be aware of that. He's an even fight boy. So, other than that, we're waiting. I think I remember him having a special attack to all of his spikes harden, but I don't think I've ever really seen it. So, he may simply not have one, or he may just have never gotten a chance to do it. Another thing to note is that his wings, it's pretty difficult to tell which wing is when he's broken a wing, but I think you can see it pretty well here that the spikes on his right wing, which I've already broken, are a little jagged, there's like chips out of them and whatnot. So I think that's how you tell. It's not like all of like the veins and cracks in the wings that a lot of other monsters will have. Which is, it's unfortunate because it's a bit harder to tell, and I think I'll probably end up doing too much damage to his right wing. More than I should have. But, yeah. This is still a really good run, so I think I'm gonna use it up anyway. Yeah, so he just dives. Yeah, I just spike shoot dive. Yeah, this one I was actually trying to run away because I wanted to try and just repair my weapon because durability was completely shot. Turns out he just let me have a chance anyway and decided to run off, which I was cool with because, hey, you know, I would rather. It's always nice for him to just give me a chance on his own and rather not have to lose out on damage, as it were. Alright, so here we are, and this is where I end up getting the crap beaten out of me a whole bunch, so I might try and think of something else to talk about. How about the monster I'm doing next? That's something good. So monster I'm doing next, what's that gonna be? Probably, Yian Garuga is probably gonna be up next, because I have all the machinery of him in place, and I have some better weapons now, and, well, actually no. Actually, yes. I have the Safi Jiva Aqua Spear that I can use against the Hydro Arcana, which is pretty good, but I think Safi's Aqua Spear is going to be a little better. I'm also going to have some really nice armor to use against him with my Nergigante armor. I hope I can use against him, because I really love to use it in the mission, but if it's weak to fire, which it might be, I would have to say no. Suck, but I'll find something else. Yeah, I actually thought he was totally gonna kill me here, but because I've been down in the water before and it's a pretty easy place to die in. Fortunately, I made it out all right, so it turned out all for the better. Yeah, he really can get you very easily because he doesn't back off. Like he's constantly just in your face. Yeah, just barely doesn't get blasted into the wall. Probably shouldn't have gone through it. Missed 100% of the shots, don't take and all that. So in terms of monsters left, we are, I think everyone knows I've been slowing down on updates, or at least on new videos. I used to upload like once every 3 or 4 days, and now I'm uploading like once or twice a week. Partly, I can justify it in saying that I'm sort of running out of monsters to fight, and I want to try and savor these last few. But mostly just I'm lazy about it, which I have to apologize for, but hopefully I'll be able to get back into the swing of things a bit more as time passes, but you never know. So, monsters we have left, again. So, there's Lunastra, which I have yet to, I don't know if she's been available in Master of Frank. I think she is, I've just never ever seen her. I mean, supposedly she shows up in the Elder's Recess and or the Wildspire Wave, just randomly, but I have never actually seen her. I don't know what that's about. I'll definitely do some research into that later on, but either way, so she's probably one I'm gonna have to do. There's 3 variant versions. Frostfang Barioth, who's brand new, so I'm definitely gonna be waiting on him to see about that. There's Furious Rajang and the other guy, Raging Dragon. I already have the quest for them, so I can do them anytime I want. So after Yian Garuga, I'm probably gonna do that. Probably. The Cult of Roth quest is back up again, so there's a very good chance I can do that. And there's also the Elatron quest, obviously that's still up. Do that as well. And I think that's all the monsters. The only one left is Ancient Leshen, and I refuse to do Leshen ever again, because I do not like my weapon choices being limited, and I don't like being restricted on what I can bring into a fight, so that's not Monster Hunter to me. I like choices, alright? Leave me alone. So, I'm not doing that quest. The quest can go down. I know I could beat it. No. I say no. So, what's that, like 7-8 monsters? So we're definitely very close to the end. Well, basically getting all the monsters done. So, ain't that neat? I'm not sure what I want to do after that, which I think, let's talk about that for a minute while we continue to fight Mr. Rune and Nergigante over here. I'm not sure what we want to do next. There's definitely, I definitely have options. I could move into more like commentary focused, where I just like goof around and make some jokes and just try and have fun. But I've never been very good in the moment, or really good at, you know, just, I guess, commenting over stuff. You know, you may have noticed I kind of tend to leave a lot of dead space and just a lot of umming and, oh boy, what do I talk about, sort of things. So, as we know, I'm not sure, you know, how well I'd be at that sort of thing. What else? I thought about making more, like, so, some of you probably know Rage Gaming videos, who does like a lot of like lore videos on various monsters. I think I might like to do something like that. You know, discuss the monsters' lore and whatnot. Things of that nature. I think that could be very interesting. So that's definitely one possibility. I may like do like videos like lore videos, but maybe make them on other things, like monster classification is something I've always been interested in for whatever reason. Even like videos about like the various areas you fight in themselves, pretty interesting in doing. I might make even like tutorials on various sort of systems in Monster Hunter and whatnot. So that could be something I do. There's definitely a few different possibilities that'll definitely float around, and if anyone strikes anyone's fancy, you know, hey, let me know. I'll definitely try and give it a shot. Well, this is definitely a bit far off in the future. This is probably going to be a few months from now. Maybe less than that, but probably not, because there's still like these 7 or 8 monsters that I definitely want to do before then. And even after that, there may be like a monster or two. They may also release a new set of monsters after that I end up wanting to do. So the possibility is always there that we're gonna be doing this for a little while. That's his right arm broken. See, I'm gonna be focusing that left arm now. Trying to get it broken, as well as getting that second head break. Although, so that's sort of my immediate route for the future. It's not really completely set, but I do have some videos that I've been thinking about making for a while now, and I'd definitely be really interested in seeing, you know, how people respond to what I've already laid out, and also how everyone feels about what I'm planning on in the immediate future. Or if anyone wants to make, like, recommend, like, changes to my content as it is, that'd be kind of helpful. But let's see. That's sort of my, I guess, immediate plan for the future. Wait, I just said that, never mind. Long term, again, that's sort of like a different thing, because I definitely have kind of enjoyed making videos. I like just talking and just giving my thoughts on various subjects in a way that's less infuriating than Twitter. Where it just feels like you're screaming into an endless void of death and despair. This is a lot more nice. So I may use my gameplay as a backdrop to like other sorts of commentary. Like, I've always been interested in talking about, you know, the future of Monster Hunter, what Capcom might do next, what the next game will look like. I may do something like that where I just make a video and sort of just talk over it for like, I don't know, 30 to 40 minutes. Because I definitely could. And let me think. That's another possibility. That's something I really want to do, or at least I think I'd like to do, because I just enjoy talking in general. Not necessarily just to hear the sound of my own voice, but just I do like just trying to get my thoughts out there on various subjects. So that's something I definitely might do in the future. It's not terribly difficult as long as I'm able to like stick to a set of points. Then it should be relatively easy for me to like stay on topic and just keep talking about the same thing. Because in both, you know, conversations I've had with other people and just even these videos, I tend to get off topic very easily. On this videos, I do have the excuse that I sort of am commenting on what's actually going on. You know, in the actual video, in the actual hunt. But I know I can definitely do it, because it's happened like even in this video, I think. I'm pretty sure. So I might just have some bullet points in front of me and just ramble on about whatever interests me at the moment. And yeah, that's basically the future. And so as we move towards the end of the video, get the final head break, and there we go. all his parts broken? Actually, his second horn did not break, which I'm confused about, but hey, whatever. Also, another thing I've just noticed is that his rage, when he gets down to the rage, it doesn't seem like he gains any new attacks. I don't know if that's just me, but that's what it feels like. So, try and close distance here. Break his tail because there seems to be no other way that we can. I can actually get pretty decent damage on it. So there we go. Tail is broken. I'm gonna try and just hard focus at this point. I don't end up getting it off because I think he actually ended up dying like right down here pretty soon after. Whacked. And then he's dead. Just basically has no life left, not enough life left for me to actually get the tail off. Which does kind of suck, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? Overall, I'd say he's about as hard, he's slightly harder than when you fought Nergigante. If you remember when you first had to fight Nergigante at your current level and whatnot, he's about that difficult, but slightly more difficult, I would say. Well, I cannot even say slightly more difficult. A bit more difficult. Well, noticeably more difficult. I mean, he's definitely not as easy as when you fought Nergigante the first time, and because the fight's a lot longer, is not as hard as when you fought him for the Shari's Valda quest, which, again, they, like, basically almost halved his health there. Like, it's normally like 26,000-ish, and for that fight it's like 15,000, so he was pretty hardly nerfed in order to make that fight as easy as it was. So, you know, he's not so bad. I definitely didn't hate him. He doesn't have like any really annoying mechanics or anything that you just hate having to deal with and whatnot. He's definitely a pretty all-okay dude and all that. But yeah, as this video is just about over, I will go ahead and ask you to like and subscribe. You know, it helps out the channel, trying to grow it and whatnot. If you have any comments, questions, criticisms you have, down below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.